I
She
can't
can.
hear you,
Okay.
though.
That was the only thing I really care about because we're going to do a recap. The only person who wasn't here should probably hear the recap.
You're probably right.
Hi. Who remembers what we did well enough to recap? And if not, we can do the same slideshow that we did for the reveal for Michelle's sake. But before we start all of that, there is one point of order reminding that everybody is at level 6, and if not, they should be. Second reminder, we did not do inspiration at the beginning of last session, and I think the session before that. So I think we'll start today by doing 2 inspiration tokens. Now, it was proposed that because of Super Monday Night or Sunday morning slam down
Yes.
back up.
Hoppy definitely
Yeah,
gets
Hoppy gets
the
one.
last session. Definitely.
Yep.
Hoppy had earned 1, but I think we should give away a second one, and it's up to you guys to decide who gets the other inspiration token that we missed session before last.
Who doesn't have it?
I think since she rode the worm, I has to go to Odin.
Yeah, I will take it because I don't have one. I will happily take the inspiration token.
The worm.
Yeah, Oni chasing it down the tunnel, definitely.
Done.
Okay. Oni and Hoppy. All right. Recap for last session. Go. Previously on Dungeons and Dragons.
What did happen?
We found Sorry.
So
We did a
we found
thing
Sorry.
in a place.
Well,
We saw a guy. And...
We also negotiated Draco's Grotto as a reward for going to
killing
fight
Serpopards.
the Serpopards, and Mark has the heads so that we can get another
On my belt.
another grip of gold. And Draco and I have big plans for how we're going to have Alea's Flame have an outpost there, and we're going to make money and create this super cool little town, and it's going to have a quest board and other things, so it can be like a secret adventures place. But I don't think we're going to change the name because everyone thinks that there's nothing in Lone Water. So
Right.
that's the best way to fly under the radar. If we tried to change the name of the whole town.
Yeah, you don't want to call it Draco's Pleasure Grotto. We sell women by the pound.
No, exactly.
Can we change it to Can we change it to Lone Water just to mess with the map people?
Nice.
So leave
Group
us
of categorized by
alone.
what?
Yep. And so we went and fought the Serpopards, and then Sorry's... Hold on. I called it the wrong thing last time. I think I called it a hawk and it's not a hawk. Or I called it a crow and it's not and it's a hawk.
Oh, I really need you to get this right.
What kind of bird is it?
It's
It's
a
not a
hawk.
crow.
not a plum.
A hawk. Okay. It showed up and helped us a little bit with the fight and then led us to Sorry, who is weirdly old and told us her story about where she was, and now there's a super weird dynamic between her and Renan because Renan's little sister is now considerably older, and it was weird. There was just stuff. And then what were we doing? We were walking back to Lone Water to get the boat, or we were walking ahead to make it our way toward the coast. I think we were traveling toward the next.
Yep. We had basically
place.
wrapped up with everything here at Lone Water, and we're planning on heading to Sadis,
Mhm.
which is north of us, and you can either do it on foot or you can intercept the Echo on its way, ferrying people back and forth and catch on the next ride there. It's only like a 4-hour trip by sand barge or a 3-day hike.
Yeah.
Either are doable. Do we want to revisit the story of Sorry for
I think we
Michelle?
should.
Yes.
She can
And
see
your
the
voice
screen.
is working, so you can read it now.
No, I prefer your feminine voice.
Okay.
So
Okay.
She
Start
never get into roll 20 with her.
I was in roll 20.
Sorry spent her last night with her brother. She could not convince him of the urgency of her desire to move beyond the shadows cast by the great and powerful members of her Wajadot. So when night fell, she left. She left her family. She left her name. She left the hollow fate that awaited her. Sari learned hard lessons in the hardest ways. The world was bigger and more predatory than she had been prepared for. After escaping bondage and slavery, she fled into the western wastes,
I'm
spurred
not
on
a.
by another worldly belief that her destiny was to be more than this lost waif.
No, I'm not. I don't.
Let's pause.
Yep.
Because I'm not, I don't, doesn't fill me with confidence. While you were gone, Meg, Mark told a really inappropriate sex joke.
Was it your condom joke about the bag? I was wearing my headset.
Oh.
Just because I was muted doesn't mean I don't know what was happening. And that is 100% a you joke and not a my brother joke.
That's probably true.
That's like my most favorite joke. Why do women wear makeup and perfume?
Because they're ugly and they smell bad.
I love that joke. It is so amazing.
Fucking John.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Good morning, I think. I'm barely alive, but I'm here.
You made it.
I made it. Okay, sorry to have wasted so much time.
All right. Do you want to start from the beginning with Sari's story?
I just heard all of what you just said.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So, sun bleached, wind whipped, and exhausted, Sari collapsed upon a dune. She closed her eyes for what she believed would be the last time. Instead, a flash of golden light flooded her mind. She saw herself beneath the gaze of an enormous sapphire blue eye. It saw her. The eye saw everything she had seen in herself. It had seen everything she wanted the world, her family, to see. A soft, omnipresent voice commanded her to awaken. And she did. She found herself in the sands where she had collapsed, but a playful blue-eyed falcon bounced around her, fluttering its wings and gently screeching. Bennu, as Sari came to understand his name, would lead her to an oasis where she would replenish her strength and rest. Benny, as she called him now, led her deeper into the wastes. He led her to an ancient temple of Horus. The ruins had been picked clean by raiders years ago, but something valuable still lingered here. It was here that Horus appeared to Sari and offered her a pact.
Don't do it, sorry.
A great cataclysm is coming to Geb, and he needed a champion to protect the people in his stead. In exchange for great power, Sari agreed to become the vessel for Horus's will on Geb, and has set herself to the goal of eliminating this mounting and deadly threat. Oh, and you didn't show what she looks like.
She's got an eye patch. She's a pirate.
Yep, she's a pirate.
Pirate.
I like pirates.
I like
for girl
pirates.
pirate.
Pirate wasn't gendered.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, you're definitely the younger sister now.
I'm okay with that. So she really didn't need us to save her then.
Nope.
Great.
She's got
So
god
glad-
powers
help,
now.
at least to effect escape after you taught her through the eye how to pick the lock.
Oh, and we tried to lie to her about who killed the worm thing. But
The
Yeah,
devourer.
that
but
didn't work.
she saw through my armor because I had my glamour armor covering it intentionally.
Oops.
Because she had asked us to wait and not go into combat yet until she got there. And we didn't listen.
But we ignored her.
Yeah.
That seems like a thing you guys would do.
Yep, 100%.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't join us though, because you're like, no, you're waiting for your sister. So
Yep.
you didn't help us with that.
That seems right also. Okay.
All right, I think we're pretty much caught up. She demonstrated even an ability to utilize both eyes of Horus at the same time, melding them into like a gold-plated helmet that gave her the hooked hawk face of Horus, and was able to affect some kind of true seeing ability. But when she was done, returned the other half of the artifice to Amon, telling him he can keep it for now until they find the rest.
Okay.
And with that, we are
Making
walking
our
in the
way
desert, as we
downtown.
often do in this game.
Talking fast.
Exactly.
Did you guys want to walk back to Lone Water and wait for the Echo there? Did you want to just make best possible time heading north, trusting that at some point the Echo will intersect you?
I say we go back and wait for it.
Yeah, let's go wait for it.
Because, we're lazy enough.
Well, I think the plan was also to have him return the heads and collect the money, and then bring it back to Lone Water and help our team, our new management, set up Draco's Grotto, and then have him use that as like a midpoint.
Yeah, take his cut, and then, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
$400? What do you need $300 for?
Exactly. But that way, because we don't know the next time we're going to be able to get to one of those places, right?
Right.
So.
I do.
Oh. Are we on our way to one of those places? Is there a quest board in the place with the boats?
What I will say for certain, with 100% accuracy, is that you definitely...
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Smart ass.
And that'll basically be how it goes.
John, you kind of cut out there. You couldn't quite. Yeah.
All right. Waiting in Lone Water then for the ship to arrive. There are like just the last remnants of the hunters, Nasir and his band of people who are looking to go to Sadis. That leaves the town mostly empty until your Alea's Flame arrives. There's the one lone woman, Tutani, the owner of the shop that you guys pillaged, who just stubbornly won't leave the city she was born in, like a classic stubborn old lady might. But otherwise, you're leaving behind a ghost town. Any last minute stuff here? Not that I think you're missing something or I'm insinuating that you should. Just last chance before you hop the Echo when we go north.
Do we need to go and review our new land holding? Make sure it's not going to fall over before we get there?
We should probably come up with the plan, and then we also want to potentially do like some earth moving magic to dig a secret tunnel from Draco's tavern and pub into the cave to farm the gold so that people can't track them to it. But that'll all be part of the development process.
Right.
But those guys aren't here yet. Do you want to wait in town the week it'll take for your reinforcements to arrive?
No. We just want to leave instructions, which we'll send with the Echo.
Sure. I don't mind if you guys want to make plans and or deals without my involvement, but if there's anything that you need creation wise from me, just let me know what your plans and thoughts are. Otherwise, when I need to know what's up, I'll ask you or Zach about it.
Okay.
Then you wait through most of the late afternoon. It's early evening by the time the Echo shows up. The crew, the captain, are tired. They've been running nonstop for almost 2 days now, getting whatever sleep they can on the Echo, but you can tell it's taken a toll on him. He's happy to see that you are all still alive, but also afraid that means there's still more for him to do.
shouldn't have given us these free passes.
Mhm.
Yes, he regrets it. You're welcome aboard as friends, and tells you that he should have you to Sadis, the port city, by nightfall. Although you may want to spend the night on the Echo before they enter the city proper. Sadis is a little bit of in a bad way just now.
What's going on?
Little seedy.
He just says that some pirates have come into port
Mm.
in the last day, and like sailors on leave, it's taken what is already sort of a hive of scum and villainy and amped that up.
Amplified.
hmm So just
Hey,
make sure you
didn't
leave
we
your valuables locked up and watch your step.
didn't we need a boat? I think we've solved our problem.
Pirates.
Who would like to make our random encounter check?
Michelle, she hasn't
Oh,
gotten to roll
Michelle.
dice in a long time.
What am I rolling?
A 20-sided die, and I will roll a 20-sided die, and we'll see if you find trouble.
Oh, right in the middle. I like it.
Right in the middle. And an even number, and I like evens better than odds, so.
As we commit to the short sojourn between the two cities, one of the scouts on the Echo points out a small oasis that they don't remember having seen in the past, and everybody sort
Cool.
of draws to the right side of the ship. Excuse me, the starboard side of the ship, to look at it. Amon doesn't get any weird, like, spidey tingly sense of danger. Sari stays at the starboard side and stares at it the longest, and she seems almost conflicted. Like, you can, like, physically, visually see her, like, weighing something in her mind. You've not seen that kind of contemplative side of your younger sister maybe ever.
Hey, sorry, what you thinking about over there? That's how I talk to my sister I haven't seen in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
These are
She
the
says
first
that-
words that you've spoken to her because
She's
Because
faced with the paralysis of indecision. Mine is the responsibility to always choose the greater good. Sometimes it's hard to know what that is.
Go check it
well,
out.
maybe we can help you decide. They're not alone anymore.
She chuckles a little bit until she realizes you're serious.
Ew, I do not like her.
that's why you haven't talked to her yet. Our original experience was very. I don't know what to do with you now. You're kind of a dick.
She explains that her responsibility, tapping at her eye patch, is to protect all life on Geb, but where they're going is the most important thing she's been tasked to do. But as she just sort of nods off the distance there towards the oasis, she says, I also sense that there are people in danger there as well. I can't be in two places at once, and when I'm torn in two directions, I'm never certain.
Why don't you
I think
send
we must
Benny
continue
to scout
north
it?
to Sadis.
Sounds like somebody I need to kill.
Send Benny to scout it, and
She said that would only confirm my suspicion, and knowing would only make me feel more guilt if I have to abandon them.
Yeah, but see, there's more of us here now, and we've been, stopping, helping when we can, and we're en route anyway.
The big baddie is still going to be there when we get there. It's not going anywhere.
give us an hour. If we can't resolve it in an hour, we'll get back on the ship.
Or you
We
usually
help
longer.
people.
Or we'll take 2 hours.
That sounds... Hoppy is right. that is our credo. If we're not back in 1 hour, wait
2
another hour.
hours.
Give me 2. If I'm not back in 2, give me 4.
I'm gonna go like this to the captain and ask him to stop.
As he cries, why? Why?
Yeah, he does
we're
like
hoping to
the serious
we're
eye roll,
hoping to
just
get
like,
you some
no.
money for all this travel you're doing for us.
We're hoping to. That sounds very hopeful.
Mhm.
His first in command and the rest of the crew look at him and he's like, I don't even know why I bothered. do what the lady asks. Like, you can tell, like, he's just resigned himself to the fate of being like a small member of your little troop of do-gooders.
Go ahead and take a nap. You
Learn
look
that
like
it's
you could
bad for
use it.
business, but it's worse to try to fight it. So
Mhm.
Hmm.
Tell them go take their naps and stuff. You know, they could definitely use it. And we'll be back in a bit.
All right. I'm jumping onto the
So
sand. I'm doing a hero jump out of the ship and onto the desert sand.
okay,
we're not even
Uh,
gonna take a beat to look at the oasis before we just jump in.
fall through the
Okay.
quicksand trap that I laid there at the base of the ship.
That's
180
That's
feet
not our
into
core
Amit the
competency.
Devourer's pit, and he eats you. Payback.
Cool.
Um, Oni, you jump from the deck of the ship. Everyone's expecting that superhero landing, that thud and shower of sand. But the sand almost rises up to meet you, and you gently just land, and it recesses into a soft puddle.
Just
You
Earthcrafter.
almost weightlessly step onto the sand, leaving no track behind. As you approach the oasis, you can see that there are several people, like just listlessly floating in the water of this oasis, up to about their chest in the water, but their, neck and face is blistered and pocked by the sun that's been beating down on them, probably with the reflective bonus of that water has just cooked them to a point where they look, we're talking like legitimate second degree burns
Gross.
from the sun here, but they seem to be making no effort whatsoever to like move
Get
or
out
care
of the
for
water.
themselves. They don't acknowledge your approach. They're just sitting there, bobbing
Mhm.
listlessly in the
Mhm.
water, giving no care. There's a large sort of rocky outcropping at the center of this small oasis pool, which is like
Rock
kind of
monster.
shoehorned on either side by it's like sandstone cliffs that are sort of tiered up maybe about 8 feet on either side. Creates like a nice little sort of grotto view. I will show you what that looks like just now, or maybe I won't.
It's a trap. Good job. Good job, Zach.
You know.
Are you sure?
Correct.
You serious, Clark?
I would like to throw a rock at the rocks.
You emerge into the sort of sandstone bowl from the south there. There is not a rib cage blocking that entrance, but it's hard to find a map that is exactly what you want it to be. So I'd consider it a kindness if you imagine that giant rib cage at the south isn't there.
It's like an arch
Okay.
over,
Yes.
not actually blocking. Yeah.
I'd be okay with that. We'll drop some characters in. Do you want to do any investigating? Does anybody have any special actions they'd like to take?
Zach, jump in the water.
Cannonball!
You know, fire
I
and
dare you to
water
lick
don't
it.
mix so well. Let's see.
So we're down in here, and we came from up above.
I'm gonna holler
Right?
to the people.
Imagine you were entering this grotto area from the south,
Okay.
but it's not tall enough like you couldn't see this coming. You're just now like in the interior bowl shape of this oasis.
I'm gonna yell out to the people and see if do they respond at all to us.
What are you going to say?
Hey.
Hello, do you need some help?
There's no response at all. You get like the sensation, the feeling, the impression that they didn't hear you.
Hey, how high off the water is this cliff area? Like, would we
the
be able to
top of
walk
it's
over there
only
and try to
about
grab her?
8 foot. If you dangled off, maybe with your arms fully outstretched.
We
Maybe
have
have
ropes.
somebody
Can we
hold
rope them?
hold your feetsies.
Is it
Well-
normal water or is there something magical or different about the water?
Go touch it.
I feel like it appears at face value to just look and smell like normal water. Further investigation, as Renan suggested, would be required, I think, to learn more than that.
I want to try to make my way around to this area here, see if I can, possibly use my little fire buddy to help pull her out.
The
Since you can only
immovable.
go 15 feet.
You could hand
Yeah.
the immovable rod down. It's only 8 feet.
That's true.
Well, I
Well
don't think
said.
that they're going to reach up and grab it because they're basically dead in the water.
Yeah.
Ha.
See what I did there?
Uh, uh,
Let's have everybody make an initiative roll. That way, it just makes it easier for me to determine or to keep
Who
you guys all
dies?
in a sequence, rather than like I want to do this, I want to do that. You have no obligation to participate, but then at least you get a turn in sequence.
You have an obligation to participate. Okay?
I also did Sorry come with us?
She's yeah. I can get her token.
Can she see anything special about this using her magic eye?
Amon, you have advantage or
I
disadvantage check.
just pushed it twice on accident.
Okay. I'm laying down. Enjoy this angle,
I'm sorry
people
you're
on the stream.
dying.
It's okay. It's unfortunate timing, but I would rather play ill than miss another session.
Respect. All right. Renan, you are the first person to get a turn. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I would like to get a closer look at the water to see if it gives me the ick, as the kids are saying these days. I'll go stand and fuck it, I'll touch it.
I love it.
Like with my boot, like I just kind
Sure.
of kick it a little.
Yeah.
God help
The
me!
water splish splashes like you would expect it to. It makes a very expected, welcoming sound. It seems super cool and inviting. Without really giving much thought to it, you actually, as cautious and as superstitious as you usually are, you find yourself kneeling down and just sort of splashing at the very shallow portion of it with your hand, and it's so cool and so refreshing. You feel like you really want to just disrobe and take a swim. Brennan, I'd like you to
Guys,
make a
oh
wisdom saving throw.
shit.
Shouldn't have touched it.
Haha! Fuck
Nice.
you, I'm wise.
You were like literally seconds away from unbuttoning and jumping in when you're like, that's crazy. I would never do that. And in that moment, you feel like, wow, that was a weird compulsion. That is not a thought I would normally have. You have a strange sense that something was attempting to manipulate you.
Guys, the water is trying to hypnotize me to get naked. and get in it.
Thanks for not doing that.
Don't touch the water. Excuse me, I'm a 16-year-old.
I think is the age of majority in Egypt.
Thank you,
Alright,
men, for not making any inappropriate jokes at the 16-year-old comment.
Oni,
Zach?
your turn.
Well, we're all
I have one.
siblings, so
Yeah, so I'm going to say I think that they're being controlled by something and we need to help them. I feel like I need to stop saying I'm going to say and then just say the thing. It's very weird.
I'm waiting for you to say it now.
I'm gonna cast Compelled Duel on this one because if it doesn't if it doesn't defeat its wisdom saving throw, it's drawn to me. So I want to see if I can like override it and get it to come to me.
That is very interesting.
I'm like, and then what?
I thought
Fight
that only
it?
worked with. I thought that only worked with champions of the.
I can compel a creature
No,
into a
ew.
duel. On a failed save, the creature is drawn to me compelled by my divine demand.
Let her do it. It's the rule of cool.
I'm gonna
What kind
allow
of duel will you
it.
do? That's what I want to know. What kind of duel is it?
I mean, I imagine that this person is
dance off?
floating in the water
Is it
and
it's a dance off, isn't it? You're
face
gonna do a
is
dance
baked
off.
off, so I'm likely just going to like bear hug it onto the ground and prevent it from getting back in the water. My plan is to
Breakdance
grapple
duel.
it.
So this is the first time you've cast the spell. Do you want to explain what does that visually look like to the rest of us? Is it just you taunting him? Is there a magical flourish to it? Is it you just brandishing blades? Do you do like just a simple come get you some?
It's gonna be.
And they go, do you always come when someone fingers you?
Ew! No, not that.
Gross.
It's going to be compelled duel. It's literally going to be a buck 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 buck, because I think that would be funny for this giant warrior woman to be like, buck 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 buck.
I think we're gonna regret this later, like the heroic grand finale of our adventure. Oni
And
heroically
she's
sheaths
over
both
here
weapons,
barking.
looks at the god of death, and says,
Yep, that's it.
"Cool." The man with the burnt
man.
face and pale skin, whole torso, like the upper half that you can see, turns to face you, and slowly, as like one being sort of lurches out of the water, but then settles again and just starts listlessly bobbing.
Damn.
Is there something touching it? Don't touch it. Has it got it? Is it anchored down? What?
Go for a swim.
Yeah,
Let it go.
Renan, that's a very reasonable like visualization. Like if something was attached to it, like it was going as far as it could go until it hit a tether and kind of just went back to where it was, like a dog on a chain. It ran as far as that chain would let it go, and then just resettled back into its. I'm not choking myself. Draco, do you have any actions you want to take?
I want to see if about say going around to the side, see if I can kind of reach the person over here.
Okay. Walking along the outer edge, are you going to make a climb check, or are you going to try to teleport across the water?
It's longer than 15 feet, so it will be a climb check.
Okay. Give me athletics.
Athletics. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Start with you over there, I suppose. Hey, nice.
Whoa!
Wow.
You get to roll. You get to roll.
Limble.
You climb up the sandstone cliffs easily.
Clearly.
This is the easiest you've ever had climbing. Like it feels almost effortless to you, to a point that you almost don't believe how good you are at this. Like you can't imagine a world where you weren't already like an Olympic grand champion. This is amazing.
I
Like,
don't
you're not even
understand how I
looking
did
at
not win
footholds.
the competition.
The practice games, yeah, like the OmniPrex
Come
game should
on.
have been yours. You're just jumping like from handhold to foothold, like it's effortless. It's like you can't go wrong. Like even when you think there's no way that this little beam could support my weight, it doesn't matter. You just are
Right?
jumping from handhold to foothold and hand over hand and foot grabs and all this other stuff. You're even like showing off for people. It's
I wouldn't
exciting.
do that. I mean, have you met me?
What? I also, while you're in this position, would like you to make a perception roll for me.
Okay. Where's my Mr. Perception? Not nearly as good.
At the center of the pond, at the center of this oasis, a small rock begins to just rise up on its own, Draco. And there's a huge clamshelled chest that just of its own accord pops open and is full, packed to the gills of gold coins and gems and jewels.
This is how Draco gets into the water.
Yep.
Wealth beyond your imagining or reckoning. This would be more wealth than you've seen as a character your entire adventuring career.
Dimension door, dimension door. Do we
Right?
all see it? Or
I will
only
let you
him
know
from
on
where
your
he
turn.
is? Oh, okay.
Ew, John. I'll let you know on your turn. We're all there.
Are you?
Ugh.
Ooh, I hate it. Yuck.
Or I
Yuck.
guess maybe we're experiencing different realities here.
Hey, guys, I think we are definitely going to want to have fun in this little oasis.
Draco's like,
Don't get into the water,
I live here
Draco.
now. Draco's got a grotto too.
Yeah, right?
Uh,
We're expanding our grotto locations.
so,
Mm.
in the Oasis, Draco, you've made it about as far as you can with your climb check this turn. You have a bonus left if you wanted to do anything with the Fiery Fiend. Otherwise, I think we're going to end your turn there.
uh, it's not enough to really get anyone out yet because he can only go 15 feet.
Where
So
can you
basically, this is the only
summon him?
person.
Like, could you summon him where
Now,
the treasure chest is?
that's a good point. Yeah, he can go, what was it, 60 feet, I believe? Or is it
I think that's
120?
true. It's a good ways. It's at least 60.
In
Yeah.
terms of like just checking to see if it was real? I'm sorry if you lose your guy if
Yes.
it's not real.
It's only 40 feet. That's a good call. So, yeah, I'll summon him because I'm going to need him anyway. And then, basically, yeah, summon him there. Tell him to grab what he can and let's get going.
Does he wear clothes? Does he have pockets?
He's a little version of me on fire.
Nice.
It's got at least his prison pocket.
Ugh.
Oh, extra safe.
Yeah, your wildfire spirit bamfs into existence. He looks just greedily at the chest, looks over his shoulder for permission. You give him the thumbs up, and he just starts shoveling just tons and tons and tons of gold coins. You can hear the ruckus from the shoreline, Draco. He's just dozens, hundreds of gold coins being pursed away. Hoppy, it's your turn.
We're gonna be rich bitches.
Is there anything you'd like to do?
I want to. Brennan said that she did tell us not to get in the water.
Mm-hmm.
I believe so.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna. How high is this over here? So over here,
I can't. 8 feet is the highest point.
8 feet is the highest point. Okay. I and would I know how to like do a lasso?
You can attempt a dexterity check.
So my thought was I would come over here and I would try and lasso this person. I would use the immovable rod to anchor myself and do that from here.
Okay,
Is
make
that
a
okay?
dexterity check to tie a reasonable lasso.
All right. Is that the same? No, just the
Just a check.
Okay.
12's okay. You tie what you think is a good lasso knot, little slip knot action. Make an athletics check. We're gonna oppose to athletics.
Cool. Gonna beat that day.
You do successfully lasso him, like right around the shoulders. You start to pull him in, but you get a ton of resistance in the water. Enough that the rope sort of comes off of his shoulders and cinches around his neck.
Oh
And as you
no.
pull it in, the line does what you expect it to do, and it does cinch tight right around his neck. And you like don't want to choke him out, but you're like, well, I kind of have him lassoed. Let's just see. You give it a little bit of a tug, and either he weighs much more than you thought, or something definitely has him anchored. You get
Mhm.
that same kind of like you can pull, but there's eventually a stopping point where, at your level of strength, you worry you'd pop his head right off before anything else gave.
Maybe that's next turn.
Pop.
In the words of Justin Timberlake, dirty pop.
Amon, it's your turn. Anything you'd like to do?
So I have more proficiency in lassoing from my hunting skills. So I'm gonna try and do the same thing. Which
What-
one did Hoppy go after?
what- Okay.
I think the blonde man in the water there, yeah.
And I'm gonna
Bottom right.
go to the edge here.
That poor guy's getting beat
Try
up.
the same thing.
You got Oni hypnotizing him. Got Hoppy taking his head off.
Okay.
What do I need to roll?
Make an athletics check. You deadeye the lasso. The exact same thing happens with Hoppy as you try to reel it in. You get that resistance that something is pulling against you. You're able to move this person almost 10 feet closer to the shore. This person has much more give than the one that Hoppy's trying to reel in. If you guys are fishermen, yours is much closer to landing in the boat than his is. But while you're doing that, you're distracted because there's a small rocky outcropping that you didn't notice before at the center of this lake. And Draco's fiery fiend is there. And he seems like he's strumming an elegant mithril bow, but he's playing it like a guitar. He's just like savagely slapping the string like a bass guitar. You're worried he's going to damage this beautiful hunting
Slapping the
instrument.
bass. He's slapping the bass.
So Draco's little fireman is being aggressive on an instrument.
Yep.
In the middle of the grotto.
Mm-hmm. But you see that he's playing a mithril longbow like a bass guitar, and you're a little concerned that he's going to damage that fine instrument. You find yourself so concerned that you think you might just swim out there right now and put an end to it. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
We're being so freaking
Awesome.
tempted.
Okay.
All of 14s right now.
I see that, yeah. Amon, you shrug it off again, like, well, that would be reckless and stupid. Why would I ever? Where did that thought come from? You have like that sense of this. You have this really intrusive thought, but you cast it aside. Don't act on it, but you have that weird sense of like, that's not a thing I would think. This is not my thought. All right, we hit initiative 0. We'll treat Oni as our standard NPC with our Triple H options. What would you like her to do?
You mean sorry?
Sorry, what did I say?
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
Oh. Too many.
I would like what is it? It's help, heal, or fight?
Harm. Yep.
Okay. 'Cause H. Got it. Harm?
Can
Water?
we ask her what she thinks we should do? Because she's all wise now.
Would that be help?
Sure.
No, help is like gives you hit points back, right? Or heal. Oh no. I don't know. God.
Let's go with help this turn and see what comes back.
Help gives you hit points. What does heal do? Fuck.
No. Damn it. I don't remember what help is.
Usually it gives us advantage.
It's kind of nebulous. Like I will do my best version of whatever I think is the most useful.
Is helpful to us in this moment.
Correct. Like harm would be me doing something bad against something that's trying to hurt you. Heal would be me trying to do something protective or restorative to you guys, and help is just me being generally helpful.
Okay, so can you just be generally helpful? Sorry, thanks. You piece of shit.
She is related to you, so it's going to be hard for her.
Ew.
Yeah.
She comes beside Amon and asks Amon what he sees when he looks at the water.
What do your elf eyes see?
If
It
you
looks like water to me.
No.
Narrating the island and how you see a mithril bow being played like a bass by the fiery fiend, and the nature of what the three people in the water look like, she tells you, Amon, that that's not at all what she sees.
And what do you see? Sorry.
She sees a golden chalice that contains within it the waters of life, and that the foul imp creature is drinking it, creating steam that is making like everlasting blossoms in the air of infinite life. And she knows that she's being compelled to intervene and save the waters of creation, but she also knows that that's not her thought, and something is compelling her to do that. And tapping Amon on the shoulder, she says, "You have to learn how to see what is true and what is not. Focus with Horus's eye and see what is there to be seen."
And we can all
Like
hear this
I do
conversation.
Hmm.
I do the same like hair wave thing that she did when she like had the just kind of ignorantly. It's like I don't know how to do this. Just hoping that she'll give me some kind of tip so I don't look really stupid.
She's still playful enough where she's halfway through coaching you, like putting two fingers on either side of your temples and rotating them north and south. And you're doing it until her chuckle like disrupts your entire pattern, and she's just having a go with you. She tells you though just to keep focusing and to see. It might behoove you to refresh yourself with the abilities of the Right Eye of Horus legacy item. And we'll go to Renan. Renan, you hear Sari confirm that there's definitely more than meets the eye going on here. You yourself have come to the conclusion that there's something in this oasis that's compelling you to have thoughts that are not your own. Would you like to take any actions this turn?
Um,
Dive in. Dive in. Dive in.
no, I don't think so, because I'm not going to keep trying to pull the things that aren't being pulled out of the water. What do I see that the fiery creature is doing?
To your perspective, there's a long table, almost impossibly long, for the small island that it sits on, furnished with food, beautifully designed, almost impossibly to resist. That olfactory sense is just making your salivatory glands overreact. A
Mhm.
beautiful feast is set out. It's more food than you could ever possibly eat. And this guy's just going to town eating everything, and he's going plate by plate, just putting his fingers in each of the dishes. Sometimes not even eating them, but just to put his dirty little grubby finger in each one.
And I don't have any idea, like, what could be compelling us to go into the water.
I mean, not necessarily beyond the sense that there's an otherworldly presence forcing you to have these intrusive thoughts. Nothing so far in your experience as an adventurer points to a specific cause. No, just that this
Okay,
does something
I
about this
think I'm
definitely doesn't
gonna
seem right.
try to like shoot an arrow, like
Better not
10
shoot my
feet,
guy. Better not shoot
10,
my little dude.
shh, 10 feet under that girl.
Okay,
I mean, I'm not gonna try. I'm going to shoot an arrow.
okay. Let me know when you're gonna.
I did. I shot
Nice.
it.
Um, uh,
And I have immaculate aim.
you
Just
do. I'm
absolutely
trying to
perfect.
decide how best to demonstrate this.
Shoot. Thump.
Uh, Michelle, from your perspective, you shoot below the creature, hoping maybe to sever whatever is tethering it, breaking that line or whatever has it bound. Stopping much shorter than you would have expected. The arrow's fletching is still barely exposed at the surface of the water, and a pool of black liquid begins to just filter to the top like an oil slick,
I hit the
and
squid.
something rise beneath the water. You can see it move, and it creates like a tightening motion, and you can hear bones break on the woman in
Oops.
the yellow thing. Her body motionlessly, her eyes are open, and they looked panicked, but she makes no sound and takes no actions. But you can hear ribs cracking under pressure. But
Oh
beneath the
no.
wave, you can see some kind of large tentacle has the lower 2/3 of her body wrapped up in it. You don't know how you didn't see it before, but now that it's bleeding, it's very clear to your eyes.
Uh. Damn it. Okay.
You just killed her. Good job.
I didn't mean to. Guys, there's a creature down there. I don't know what you guys are all seeing, but it's got tentacles and it bleeds black. Or at least it inks when it gets scared.
Nice.
Any
Okay.
other actions for you?
No, thank you.
Oni.
All right. I'm gonna try to stab me some water. Hearing Renan's response, I don't want to touch the water, obviously. I'm gonna get as close as I can. I wish as an earth genasi I could like shape the earth around me so that I could like create a little barrier,
Island.
like a sand barrier to
Like
prevent
a
the water
sand
from
castle in the
lapping up
sand.
over my feet.
Hmm. That would
Um,
be nice.
that would be really nice. But since I can't do
Or
that,
if you just could fly, that'd be cool too.
levitate. I
Mhm.
want to be a fighter that can levitate. Okay.
We're just in a world of candy cane wishes.
So first I'm gonna look around. What do I see?
You do see the woman in the yellow being crushed by a large subaquatic tentacle.
Okay.
You see Mark trying to lasso the blonde man. Both of these still are sunburnt and motionless. You do see a third figure in the very back, like northeastern corner of the cave, sunburnt, motionless, bobbing in the water. You see a fiery fiend dancing around a shrine. It appears to be like a small, semicircular, almost crescent-shaped shrine to the greatest Katal champions of all time. It's a series of statues in ascending order from the greatest champion to the least champion of the last 100 years. And he's, well, there's no nice way to say it. He's drawing dicks on them.
And
Am I one
mustaches.
of them?
Unfortunately, you are.
Right here. Just right here.
That's going to make
Nice
me
little
so
penis.
angry that I'm going to stab the water. So here's my first attack. Here
Okay.
is.
Hold there.
Yep.
You splash the water with your sword. He's
I'm
now
stabbing, so I'm not splashing because I don't want to get water on me or anybody else.
sure, important safety tip.
Yes.
You look up and you see that now he's drawn testicles and like one little curly Q pube. And that's it. That's the last straw. You are going to leap onto that thing and beat him senseless right now. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh God. Someone was gonna go in.
Um, this slight shall not be endured. Oni, you will spend the rest of your turn making best possible speed to that island to make sure that the fiery spirit understands
Is that
that you and your statue shall not be disrespected.
That's my max move.
Okay. Um, Everybody externally sees Oni just like thrash at the water, splashing violently as she just starts wading it into it, screaming at you, son of a bitch! I'll show you once and for all. Draw a dick on your face. Just stomping angrily out into the water. And she doesn't seem to notice, but you all watch in horror as a rippling, almost serpent-like tentacle slithers its way across the surface of the water, wraps itself around the lower 2/3 of her body, and holds her fast.
Cool. Cool, stupid Oni. Just had to go into the water.
Draco, it's your turn. You're spelunking your way across the grotto here. What would you like to do?
Okay. Definitely need to save Oni. So, okay. I will attempt. So it's below the water, the tentacle, right?
It is,
That
yep.
makes it harder to hit.
It does.
It does. Okay. Well, do my infamous scorching ray. See if I can hit it. Actually, no. I'll hit it first.
Throw a rock.
Magic stone. It is.
Here, get it back up to 50%.
That's right.
Unfortunately, the magic stone misses anything.
Oh, it's pretty far. You know.
One interesting thing to note: the stone is magical, and they're meant to be thrown, and you sort of huck it. But there's like it misses Oni and the tentacle completely, but there's no skipping and no gratifying like skaploosh sound as it like dips deep into the water. There's no gratifying sound, and it doesn't interact with the surface of the water at all, which
It
is
just keeps
surprising
on.
to you.
What
It
the?
just kind of just disappears once it penetrates that layer. Like it just immediately, arrested all movement. So
Okay.
weird thing. You've got some movement left, and you've got a bonus action left.
All right.
Is
I'm
the
gonna.
water fake? Is this fake water we're seeing? I'm confused.
I'm gonna continue my way, towards the person, over this way anyway, and I'm gonna have my nice little fiend go ahead and do flame seed. I want to seed all over there, 'cause that's what he does.
Are you trying to attack the tentacle, or are you just
Tentacle,
flame
yes.
seeding? Okay.
Yes, I'll be getting the tentacle.
Okay, that's a hit for 4 points of damage. There's like a sizzle as it makes contact with the tentacle. You can see it. It creates a small like pustule that then bursts and inks that same kind of black blood. Not enough to kill it, not enough to sever it, but you've hit something, and that's gratifying.
Yay! Good job, little me. Yay!
Hoppy, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Can I use Spirit Shield to protect the dude that I have the lasso around his neck and just yank him out of the water?
I think that's a bad idea.
Decapitation. Okay.
I think Spirit Shield will eat. Like you wanted to just absorb some of the damage you think you're likely going to cause to him by trying to force him out of the water.
Precisely.
Sure.
So his
Okay.
head doesn't pop out.
Make an opposed athletics check.
Or so okay. I can do that, or I can do the you know what?
Maybe.
No, we don't know.
So the other option is I can try and push back the well, Oni's grappled, right?
That is correct.
So then I can't do it. So yeah, okay. Opposed is that strength?
Yep. Well, athletics. So you probably have more than just strength.
Whoa.
Indeed, you do. You are able to
Protect him for 6 points of hit or hit
Yep.
points.
You choke him the fuck out. It gets to that point where like you're worried about popping his head off, but you decide, I don't care. I've got the spirit shields. Spirits of my ancestors, please keep his head on his shoulders. Heave. It does not pop off like a grape. There is that extremely gratifying like tearing of flesh and bone sensation though.
Oh, fuck.
And as you pull him out of the water, there is about 10 feet of tentacle coiled around him that you have ripped in half. At its core, it's about 9 inches in diameter, and there is sort of like a bone and muscle structure there, and it's still like flagellating on its own and bleeding profusely in the water. But you've got a corpse, well, not a corpse, a body that's sort of just sunburnt and addle-minded, half wrapped in a dead tentacle.
Can I pull him into the shade, and then I will move over as far as I can to start helping with this dude.
No, if you drag him to the shade, you can probably get to about there-ish. Does that seem fair?
That's good. Yep.
Amon, it's your turn.
I want to see. So I have advantage on perception with my eyeball, my cool eye.
That's true.
So I'm gonna see what I can see if I look closely. Oh, I need to roll twice. Because I'm
You have 2 eyes, so you're
figuring.
You see, without any other actions taken on your part, exactly what I've described before. You see the 2 remaining sunburnt victims bobbing in the water, one of which is coiled by a tentacle. You assume the northeastern one is likewise coiled by a tentacle, but you can't confirm that. You see Oni grappled by a tentacle, and you see the wildfire spirit on the stony outcropping, just going to town. He's now just slamming the mithril longbow, trying to break it like a guitar. He's having a hell of a time with it. That delicate bowstring isn't going to last much longer.
Alright, I'm gonna fire an arrow at not at the fiery demon man, but at the actual outcropping,
Okay.
the rock itself.
Nice. I need just one sec. And then I have to make a saving throw.
Yeah, you do.
You shoot the rock, basically right between where the treasure chest sits on it and the stone proper. And the arrow, rather than deflecting or breaking, sinks in about 4 inches of the haft into the stone, and the whole island wriggles almost gelatinously, and you can see a trickle of blood start bleeding down the stone.
Amazing.
Nice.
Fire my second shot then.
Okay. The second shot misses, unfortunately. Just goes wide into the water.
Are you gonna tell us what you experienced?
Yeah, I kind of assumed that everyone else could see it, but I'm gonna
haven't
tell
even
everyone. Yeah,
I haven't
I'm
even
gonna just
noticed the island yet. So.
yeah, as I remember what Sari said about everyone seeing different things, I just say, hey, I just shot that rock and it's stuck. I think we need to focus our attention on that. Let's destroy this thing.
All right, it is Renan's turn again.
Well, after Amon's success, Renan would like to shoot the thing. She hasn't moved, so she's got steady aim. Which
Why are you
means
guys shooting at my dude?
we're not
They're shooting at the
shooting
island, technically.
him.
Die, bish.
Nice.
20 hits. Don't forget to add sneak.
Oops.
You
Nick.
did it again.
Well,
I mean, not bad otherwise.
Oh, it's average.
Yep, exactly. Same basic description. You fire at the rock, which was sort of a weird order to be given. But that same exact experience, you were expecting it to ricochet off or to maybe have the metallic head, flint and glistle or just break, but it doesn't. You get very gratifying deep penetration, and like there's a small
wow.
arterial spurt. I mean, come on now.
Wow.
Very gratifying. Very deep.
Yep.
What lady doesn't love deep penetration? Okay, sorry. You were talking about
nothing.
The squirt? Sorry, keep going.
Yeah,
And the
yes,
shaft going down.
yes.
Yeah.
After the deep penetration, there's a little bit of squirting. Oh my goodness. But yes, definitely you've hit something there. The for a moment the island at its center is almost gelatinous and wriggles, and like the entirety of this oasis does like a weird convulsion. It tremors. You can't take a movement, so that means it's Oni's turn.
Have I experienced this, or am I still fixated on the little dude? Like, I heard
Hold
him
on.
say, obviously, I now know that I am tentacled, which is going to piss me off because that's going to prevent me from getting to where I thought I wanted to go. And I have heard what's happening and hopefully seen the arrows.
At the beginning of your turn, you may make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And you can make that a saving throw with advantage because you have been given evidence to not believe the things you are currently believing.
Hey!
Yeah.
Yo.
It's gonna be a good day for us.
You don't feel compelled to fight him anymore. Like that was a weird anger impulse. You think that was something younger Oni might have done in her teenage years, but like if it really pisses you off, you'll just settle up later when we're not in mortal danger. Like that was a really dumb maneuver.
Mhm.
And you look down and you're just coiled in this tentacle thing, and you realize you're not Sailor Moon, and it's time to do something about that.
Ew. Oh, I still had
Wow.
advantage on. I'm
Wow.
sorry. But that did technically hit as a 26.
Did it?
Uh, I'm sure it
Okay.
did. Because the
DM
thing
Megan.
is wrapped around me.
Mhm.
Don't slice yourself now.
10 points of damage is exactly enough to sever the tentacle. So this tentacle goes
Yeah.
away into two pieces. Like it's the thick meaty trunk of it recoils, going back somewhere towards the middle island. The smaller, now flaccid tip just kind of wriggles loosely and flops into the water, and just floats down below your ability to see it.
Nobody likes a flaccid tip. Listen, if he's
It wasn't on purpose at first. Now it is.
Thanks, Megan.
I mean, if
Okay.
you're gonna keep using the words, then we're gonna keep saying the thing.
Okay. So I am now loose. I'm no
Gonna
longer being
become
restricted.
yeah.
Well,
I
I think
can
trunks do that.
can
Pretty
I
thick.
can I move up
This is
here
wrong.
and take my next attack? If I
Sure.
move, I can't take 3 attacks, right? I can only take my second attack, or can I still take all 3?
You can take all three because you're talking about extra attack and bonus action. So as long as you
Don't do
can
anything
move
else.
that distance, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do one of those
That's a hit.
and one of these.
Both are hits.
Great. Which at this point I'm basically like I guess attacking the statue that I see, or am I attacking the island? Does it matter?
You still don't attack my dude. Don't do it.
Ah. All
I
right,
don't know what that
Oni.
means.
That means I finally
Ah,
failed
Not
my
an-
concentration check.
No.
You do a significant amount of damage to this
Yeah.
shitburger. And you hear like a cackle, not happy or excited, but more like disappointed, and it's having a hard time catching its breath. The island disappears, the water disappears, the
It is
chest
addicted.
disappears. All
The
that's
water's
remaining now,
fucking fake. I knew
you are
it.
just sitting in this giant sand bowl. Draco is just jumping around on the higher sand dunes around the area here. You are all just in a giant sand bowl with this huge tentacle creature who has all of its tentacles coming up out of the sand, coiling these people who are buried waist deep in the sun or in the sand, fully exposed to the sun helplessly.
I hate
Um,
this art. This is the ugliest thing we've ever fought.
it's a giant
awesome.
one-eyed monster.
Jesus.
Don't you want to grapple him?
Nope.
We name him One-Eyed Willie. Come on.
Drago, it's your turn.
I mean, I think
Just
we
wait till
can vote
mine.
on it, but if I had to call him any one color, I think it's purple.
No.
Purple people eater. Here you go.
All right, it is Draco's turn.
Okay. Now that
Flame
we see
seed,
what
flame
it
seed.
is,
You're just kind of now, with the illusion gone, you're just kind of like gently sliding down this 45-degree sand dune. You have not been like Bear Grylls mountain climbing. You've just been playing in a sand dune.
right?
And your guy's been just running all over this dude's corpulent body, playing with things. Yeah, kill stuff.
Okay. Flame sphere. Whop.
Don't get Oni.
Oh, it's large enough. I don't think I have to worry too much about that. You know, just like right around there so he can get hit. Most likely, I'm guessing his pockets are full of sand.
Where do you want it?
Just anywhere like right on him here.
Behind him.
There you
Yeah,
go.
so it
That
doesn't
works.
hit me. Thank you.
Perfect.
Maybe we can go for another combo kill.
There you go. And then I'll do my flame seed fire dude.
Fire guy. Not today.
Oh
And-
no! Oh no!
It's our first critical hit or miss on not a skill check or a saving throw, so we
You
get to
have
pull
to
up the
roll the table. Good
Damn
luck.
it.
failure.
Roll, Draco, roll.
But remember,
Roll your
this is fire dude, by the way. This isn't Drake. This is fire
Whoa.
dude.
I know, but
Whoa.
Nice. I'm gonna
You
fool
hit
him.
yourself with your spell. If the spell effect is instant, you take the full effect. If the spell requires concentration, the effect persists until the end. You also fall prone, take 1d6 bludgeoning damage, 1d6 thunder damage, and become unconscious for 1 minute until you receive damage from any source.
oh, so that
Oh
means we
my
don't get to do the
God.
other
That-
flame seeds. Oh, that sucks.
So you're gonna take
That's
9
fucking
damage
brutal.
plus 7 damage. Total is 16 damage, and you're unconscious until something hits you. Or 1 minute
Damn.
elapses.
Sorry, fire guy.
Fire guy.
He's too stunned from all the sand he had in his pockets.
Nice.
Just
Slowed
even
him
hoarding.
down.
So weighed down, yep.
Yeah.
Why are you clicking it?
All right. Hoppy's turn.
Hi, Mathis.
I'm gonna go all Mr. Fister on him.
Yeah, you are.
Damn.
Now we don't have to worry about water. We can run right into there, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All three. I'm gonna.
The water
Oh,
was
that's
just like
true.
his area of mind control.
So 6, 7, 8. So I'm too far away to punch him in the face. So
No.
I'm gonna run as close as I can. No, I'm not. I'm gonna stay out here because I am
Attack the
wiser
tentacle.
than I am smart.
No, you
Attack
don't
the
have to
tentacle
roll. The
holding her.
water isn't there anymore.
Yeah, no more water.
Yeah, but I know that that's where the limit of his mind control is.
Wait,
So
if he has a bunch of
like,
tentacles, are there tentacles close by that Mark could attack?
There's the one holding the lady in yellow, and
You
there's
could
the one
reach that one.
holding the other person. But otherwise, the rest
I
of them are sort of
could.
attached to his body, defending him like the stalk proper.
Or I can use Knuckles of Knocking to fist this guy into oblivion.
There you go.
True.
I'm gonna fist this guy into oblivion.
Yeah.
Consult your partner before attempting.
Mhm. And that was with all three. So 27 damage.
27? Nice.
Yeah.
That leaves him
That
at
was awesome.
exactly 10 hit points. Yes, there's like at least 400 penis jokes that can be made here, but I'm gonna take the high road.
Hmm. And Amon's gonna finish him off.
Yeah, he is.
Let's careful now.
Sorry, Caleb.
I don't want to.
He's like, pass. I will just take a defensive stance.
I go to
I
fight
don't
him,
want
the
to.
creature
I don't
makes
want
eye
to clean
contact
up
and goes,
this mess.
"Oh my god, I'm so close." Oh, I don't wanna.
Here's where he has to decide if he wants to do it or if he wants to let Renan do it. His little sister.
Roper looks at you and says, "Give it to me, Daddy."
All right. I'm trying to still get further attuned with my cool eye.
Hmm.
So I feel the power of the Eye of Horus to give me the accuracy I need to shoot this thing in the eyeball.
Yeah! Almost exacties. That was all, but it's only a
Except that it's only a 10 to
Except
hit,
it-
and a 10 doesn't hit.
Yeah, it's just
But I
in
love-
this. So
I love-
there's that.
Love the excitement, though.
Yeah.
No!
Unfortunately, 18 also misses.
Damn.
Yep.
Well, my dice weren't hot enough.
He was distracted by the off-putting nature of this particular monster. All right, Renan, bring us home.
Well, she can try.
Oh wait. Does the monster get a move or no? Because if not, he gets damage from my sphere.
Why is he purple?
It's more of a blue. It's because it's taking too long.
Jesus. God.
I'm
just so
sorry.
glad you're here now, Meg, because this was like years of my life.
Revealed. Yeah, sorry. He takes his turn before Hoppy. He will make a bite attack against Oni, but he will not move. So if he starts his turn, is it starts or ends? I don't remember. Either way, you're
Ends.
going to get your damage.
Yeah.
But I get to bite Oni first. I think a 19 hits.
I can protect for 2d6.
Okay.
I can also Wall of Steel.
You're looking at taking 10 damage presently.
I take no damage.
Okay.
And I have 14 temporary hit points left.
All right. And then Zach, roll your fire damage for me. Which, if you are
I
hot,
did. It was 5.
oh, well, that halves his remaining hit points. And that was
It's Renan's turn.
It's
now.
Renan's turn. Sorry,
Mhm.
I've lost the tracker. It was not advancing.
It's Renan's turn. Renan just went.
Yeah, Renan
Leave it.
killed it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see. I
Sweet.
totally missed it. That is one dead Roper Abomination Oasis Illusion Penis Monster.
Nasty.
Just shrivel up.
I just want to be clear, every penis is a monster.
Are these
So-
people okay? Can we heal them and bring them back to the ship so that we can get back on the road?
Now that the illusion is fully dead with the creature gone, as you shuffle through the sand to get them free of the withered, dehydrated tentacles, you shuffle through like a graveyard of corpses. You find just the playpen here is littered with sun-bleached bones that have been there for God knows how long. Horses, camels, birds, people. This guy's set up shop here, creates an illusion of something inviting, attracts things like a spider, and then eats them.
Dang, where's my treasure I saw? That would have been awesome.
Yeah, the
So-
bow.
Can we
So the
search
bow's
the
not
bodies?
real.
No,
No bow.
unfortunately, none of the illusions were real.
Can we search the bodies?
That's a lot of
they
bodies.
might have goodies. Like, do we see any glinting gold?
Nobody comes all the way out here without
Uh,
some reason to be here. There's some way to protect themselves. So
without
Yeah, well, we might as
searchable
well rob
bodies
the dead bodies.
say of those still
that's
alive,
what I mean.
you don't immediately find anything of interest. If you wanted to spend the afternoon combing the sands, there's the possibility that you could find whatever
No.
was in people's pockets years
I don't
ago
think
and
Sari's
has
gonna
fallen
like
into the
that.
sands. But
Uh-uh.
Sari is ready to get back on track. You can tell she's motivated to save people, but there's almost like a "this is beneath me" sort of
Mm-hmm.
like, can we get, like, come on, yes, help the people. What's up? Yes, help the people. Let's go, so that we can
We
help
gotta
the
save the
people.
world.
Yep. All right. So we take the injured people back with us so that we can heal them on the boat, and let's get going.
Okay. We load them up on the Echo, who the captain of which is always just like, why? Can we one time, just one time, not come back with strays? Just one time. Are these people paying for a trip? I bet not. Do they have any money? Probably not.
Shut up.
There's a
Let me
whole
guess. I'm
pile
supposed
of
to
bodies
feed
over
them
there.
and clothe them and then take them probably to Sadis. Is that
Mhm.
yeah? Okay,
They're
great.
going where
Go
we're
ahead.
going.
Oh my
You're already
God.
going in that direction.
Relax. We'll take care of them. We'll pay
How
their
was
way
your
too when
nap?
we get money.
How was
Just
your
making
nap?
sure
Was it
that
good? Good nap?
you understand the amount of effort that goes into what he's doing. Um, you mount up and drive instead of arriving at Sadis at the at midnight. You're now arriving closer to dawn. You're pulling up at the city of Sadis just as the sun crests the desert's horizon. For a moment, Sari and Amon are like tempted to connect with one another just because that's the way you guys have been communicating for a week.
Literally what
But
I was just
Amon,
thinking.
as you look at her, the sunlight glints on her face, and there's this almost golden astral projection of the avatar of Horus that surrounds her entire body. She looks like she has a hook-billed falcon's head, glowing falcon wings, and a whole retinue of godlike armor surrounds her body, and just like in this sun-drenched mirage that lasts for a fraction of a second. But she just looks at you and nods like, yeah, we could still do eye talk if you want to do eye talk.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
She eye chats you.
I'll call you on the iPhone.
Tells you that she was impressed with your shot there, and says that everybody seems to accord themselves quite well in combat. She's impressed.
It's not as impressive as all this you got going on here.
She just nods her head. That's true.
What a dick.
She points ahead at the city, rapidly approaching in size as the Echo hurtles towards it. We're almost here. You'll always back my play, right, brother?
As long as I think it's the right thing to do. I feel like I don't know who you are anymore.
Yeah, no, he won't.
You could tell she
Yeah,
was looking for
bitch.
something more affirmative, more like ride or die kind of response. She's like, that is fair. And she breaks off the iPhone communication.
Damn, you
Bad
pissed her
connection
right
driving
off.
through a tunnel.
And with that, we arrive in Sadis. From the desert side, you can see the vast ocean of the Great Sea beyond it, and approaching from the direction that we are, you can see the high mast of a couple of ships in dock. Yeah, it is as advertised. It is a large port city. As you were warned by the captain of the Echo, there are pirate scum everywhere. There's, even from here on the outskirts, there are just, drunken men falling asleep on barrels, ass over tea kettle in the sand. And you can just, sometimes when you get too many people in a small area, it just, that smell propagates, and like you can just smell the filth of humanity as you approach cities, just sweat and possibly human offal. But it is just all that Metropolis has to offer you. Where would you like to begin in Sadis?
Do they have a place for us to turn in the heads and get gold?
I want gold,
And potentially
please.
buy some supplies.
If you
And
want to head
we-
into the city center, that's where all that stuff would be.
Yeah, that sounds
Then-
good.
We should look for a job board so we don't do something and not get paid for it.
I don't. That's not what she's gonna want to do, right? Now she's like our goddess or whatever, our piratess or pyrus.
A pirate goddess. I like it. A piratess.
Pirate.
Uh,
There is.
she, if you ask Sari what she wants to do, she says that she needs
I
to
was just gonna.
find a way to procure transport. We need to get to Caminos. And she tells you that she also needs to see
Chill.
the outfitter here. That there's
Chill,
something
Sari.
building for her.
Chill. We take our time. We don't rush through life because we ain't no gods. This
Luckily,
is.
the outfitter is also where we want to go, so.
Yeah, be patient. We'll take you. I don't like her. I'm mad at her.
Yeah.
I'm mad.
Now you see what we deal with, huh?
Excuse me, I'm perfect. So
Can I give a sister?
you're
Ah.
lucky to be in my presence, Draco.
You sound just
flame-
like her.
You flame seed throwing man. Okay, so is that nope. Leave it. Is that okay, so outfitter, we need to just check to see if there's jobs we can do.
Heading towards the center of town, that seems to be sort of like the general vibe I'm getting. As you approach the center of town, there's a ruckus. There's the people are out in throngs, and a lot of the stores here have like literally not just closed, but have boarded up their doors and windows to prevent access and/or looting. And the center of town here has been modified. There's like a large auction happening. You can hear bidders calling off numbers and buyers. And you see that a large platform has been erected in the city square, and almost everything in the square is similarly boarded up and locked. Almost like the businesses know better than to try to like stay open during this. And if you're curious, you can see that you have wandered into a slave auction.
Oh no.
Hey,
Oh
Huffy.
no.
Oh, I am not happy with
Recognize
this.
anyone?
How much can we get for you, Huffy? How much did they got you before?
Hey, rude.
Oh, I'm gonna stab a bitch.
I need a second to blow my nose, so if anybody else needs to take a bio, let's take a quick 2-minute break. Does that sound fair?
Okay. Sound good.
I'm okay.
All
I
right.
had food for the first time, so that could potentially be catastrophic.
All right. Just let me know when it's time to tap out, and we can call it early.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
All right. Start the stream back up. We
Good.
return to the center of Sadis, which has been modified into a makeshift slave auction. Hundreds of buyers have turned out. You get the impression from more than just the area of Sadis, and there are many slaves being auctioned, sometimes in lots, sometimes individually, depending on their value. There seem to be multiple sellers, and there's a raven-headed Tatarak who is like the auctioneer, the auction master. It's a chaotic scene of people being bought and sold. It's, for those of you who have known slavery and bondage, it's a heartbreaking scene. It's difficult to watch, even for those who haven't had firsthand experience. This is why the city center has been closed. If you want to stay and watch, we can observe this for a while, or you can explore other sections of Sadis.
How risky would it be to try to free the slaves?
Or do we just assume that the ships that came in were slavers and we just steal their ships?
The
Or burn
number
them
being
down.
bought and sold here are in the hundreds, so the likelihood that you could even free all of them is probably just mathematically not possible. The risk would be, running afoul of the pirates that are selling them. And if there
And
are
probably the
ships,
government that's sanctioning this.
yeah, you have to imagine that it wasn't on the travel brochure, but you have to imagine this is something that Sadis is probably at least tacitly okay with. So if there's money to be made, they may also have a hand in making sure that that money continues to flow.
Yeah, I mean, come on, we're from cities where it is common. Hoppy was one.
But we also rescue slaves.
Yeah, it's been our MO.
Renan, can you stealthily see if you can free some without
Open a cage.
without attracting any attention? Even if it's just a handful,
Did we-
any lives that we can save is better than no lives.
Yeah, I mean, we
John,
can
we
definitely.
were gonna rest before we came into town, weren't we? Did we do that?
It was a short rest. After we came in.
No
I
one
don't
asked
think
me for that.
we didn't do that.
We
Yeah,
didn't.
you
We
have
were
to say
supposed-
it.
Oh,
We were supposed to
you
sleep
had
on the
said
boat,
that we should
but
sleep before we. Yeah, so I assumed that we did.
just
It's okay if we
Uh-uh.
didn't. I just wanted to know if I had knuckles of knocking back.
You do not.
We definitely did not take an 8-hour sleep, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you want to
Okay.
spend hit dice and say
Okay,
that
so
for
same
an
thing.
hour in the thing, we could have hit dice.
No.
I'll definitely take a look around and see if there's, maybe some slaves that would be easier to free than others.
Okay.
Or if maybe I can't just cause chaos to this and make it an infinitely more hard for them to auction off these humans / creatures today. Like, pulling the rug out from under them. I don't know. I want to look around and see what mischief I can. Mischief managed.
Perfect.
I bet I have to roll for that.
I think it would be helpful.
Well, who are you?
I am the dungeon master. Why don't you give me an investigation roll?
Oh,
And
I rolled the wrong thing.
if the roll is lower, you can keep the higher roll, but let's see what the modifier is for investigation. 2. So you got a 17.
hmm
You're gonna spend some time scouting the area, and we'll come back to you in just a second. Does anybody else have any vested interest in? Anybody want to buy a slave? Anybody want to sell a slave?
I
Are
have like 20
three
gold,
unconscious
but
people, There are three
Roll
people.
some- They'll perk
Yeah,
back up.
look crispy,
did
And
we
I
ever find out
I wanna try
anything
to move
about
on
them?
past
Is
this.
there-
I'm
They're
see
still
about going.
unconscious on the echo.
Everyone is talking at the same time.
I'm gonna move on from this. Not something I want to see. Not something I need to deal with.
Could I use is there perhaps like a gladiator school or something. Um, so I've got the renowned gladiator perk, and so I was wondering if maybe I could talk to like the owner of a gladiator school to try and release the slaves.
There isn't a Catal pit here in Sadis. They're mostly like import-export town, and apparently also huge slavery traders. There's a very what you're looking for just doesn't really exist here.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, like this is the core where all of the rotten stuff that spreads throughout the rest of the empire comes from. Ships
Sounds
from all
like I
over,
need to stab a bitch.
deliver slaves here to be sold throughout the empire. You notice the four of you that both sisters are nowhere to be found.
Ah,
I'm staying close in case Renan gets into any trouble. I'm staying by her or in the general vicinity where she left me.
Yeah, general vicinity is about the best idea you can muster, as she is not an easy person to keep an eye on, especially when she doesn't want to be seen. And you don't remember when the last time you saw Sari was, but she's also no longer amongst your company. Oh my goodness.
I
What
forgot. I already.
Yes. Desert sausage.
Add it to your inventory.
I-
Flaccid
I forgot.
desert sausage.
wow.
That's a thing.
I forgot. I ran out of meat for Andy, so.
Okay. Whilst you actually have Andy out and you're feeding him, one person in the audience who just is like a passerby admires him and goes, "How much would you be willing to sell that for?" He kind of like pokes at it while it's trying to
50
eat.
gold.
Like, screeches and bites it at him a little bit.
How much would you pay? How much are you for sale for?
He doesn't understand. Like, what? I want to buy your bird.
Talk slower. He's slow.
He's not a bird. He's my friend.
He just kind of like gently pats you on
Not
the
for
shoulder
sale.
and just walks away.
Not for sale.
You can hear a bunch of people in the crowd echo, "There's a price for everything!" And people sort of echo that. You're in a place where almost everything is for sale here.
Well, our sisters are gone, so we should probably find them.
Leave them alone. They know what they're doing.
Well, we know Sari wanted to go to the outfitters, so do you want to head in that direction? I'm still staying here. I won't leave without Renan.
Yeah, I'll go to the outfitters and try to find him.
Okay.
Renan,
Oh,
I'm gonna
cool.
try to use my tracking as much as I can.
Just splitting the party. No big deal. No big deal.
You guys already did that, so
Oh.
You don't know what I've done.
Renan, you've taken
I
some
would
time to
have
kind of
if you didn't
survey
say
the
something
scene.
just now.
There are like 3 different platforms, stages that have been erected to create auctions. They kind of create like a vaguely pyramidal shape, and at the bottom of that pyramid is where new auctions are being brought in from. Behind them, not clearly visible from the town square, like what maybe was a tavern or a restaurant, it seems to be like a temporary holding area, where slaves are currently being kept that are like next up on the auction block. There's probably 30 or 40 of them in this large cantina, and behind them there's a 200-foot open square that leads to the scalloped staircases that zigzag down to the docks, and you can watch as slaves are being brought off the belly of the ship through that scaffold stairway and sort of fed into the back of this cantina. So you have a firm understanding of like how that happens. If you were looking to be disruptive,
That would be the thing. Okay.
possibly so. Oni and Amon, and I don't know. I think that just the two of you are going to see the outfitter. Is that correct?
No, I'm staying here.
Okay.
I'll head with the
Yeah,
outfitter.
I'll stay with Oni.
My older brother senses are like they got kidnapped. They're gonna be sold as slaves. I'm freaking out.
Trust me.
When Draco and Amon, you turn to leave the city square, asking for directions, you are leaving this area, going to the outfitter. You see out of the corner of your eye the man depicted in the leftmost picture, the guy in the black armor, is talking to Sari.
Go over and just hang back and just observe and try to listen in on what's going on.
She seems to be placing an order for slaves.
Of course she is.
She seems keen to be buying between 10 and 12 men. All must be able-bodied, but she needs 4 specifically for combat, 6 at least that would be fit for service and labor.
She's loaded.
I see where this is going, and I just hang my head.
He asks if any of the men need to be specifically or specially intact to satisfy any of her needs. And
Ew.
he doesn't.
She's
She doesn't get it. She's like, "No, I told you I need 4 for fighting and 6 capable of labor and hard work. What other needs could I have?"
Oh,
And like,
God.
despite 2 or 3 like really gross insinuations, she does not understand what this guy is asking her.
He's
Oh my
still
God.
young.
Is Sari a virgin?
I mean, you'll have to ask her that.
No, thank you.
But the paperwork, if you will, is done, and he tells her that she can come by the ship later this afternoon to collect her slaves, and he will expect prompt payment. There will be a problem if she doesn't bring the appropriate amount of money. She shakes his hand and takes the lengthy scroll of paper, the bill of goods, if you will, and they part ways.
Sorry, what are you doing?
What are you doing? She brushes past you.
Want to talk about this? It seems like you have something going on that you're not letting anyone else know about.
She says, "Dear brother, I just need you to trust me. If the information that I know that you don't was a sea, you would drown in it."
On that note, I'm gonna go for a drink.
She says that you can't trust these people. She hates these people. They will pay for all that they've done, but for now she needs them. And we need to see the outfitter. Are you coming or not?
Let's go.
And she's ready to depart the square, and you guys follow her.
Yep, let's go.
Or
Let's
not.
go.
What's Renan doing?
That's-
She's still trying.
It's up to you now.
I want to break the dock. Right?
Break the dock.
John understands. Trust me.
I do. It would be not difficult for you to set fire to the scaffolding stairs that make their way up that stone embankment. That would make it harder to get slaves on and off the boat. That would significantly hinder their progress. You also notice that the cantina is stacked floor to ceiling with casks of what you have to assume are at least semi-flammable spirits. There's also a world where maybe you could create a scene by setting fire to the tavern that they are using as like a pre-staging area. That would both stop the auction for now and possibly even clear the square while they dealt with the fire.
Okay. I would like to light an arrow on fire and shoot it into the casks to start a very big fire.
But
Boom.
why is the rum gone? No.
Yes, creating a nationwide rum shortage. Your aim is not what concerns me here. What is your ability to remain hidden. So instead of an attack roll, I'd actually like a stealth check for Renan.
Okay, no problem. Except I have to find it.
That is the tricky part. It's pretty sneaky in that way.
Wow.
That is quite good.
Yeah, I'm quite stealthy.
Yeah, you fire an arrow through, the westernmost window. No one sees it, no one hears it. A small fire starts, and you can see some of the slaves begin to panic. But as they start to make noise, their masters only hit them or threaten to hit them to silence them. In moments, the entire bottom floor of the tavern is just engulfed in a firestorm. Everybody manages to get out quickly, but the disruption that you were hoping to cause has definitely been successful. There are calls going out for water from the fountains to create a fire line. Some people are panicking and fleeing. The town center is disrupted. The auctions have ceased. Parties withdraw to safety. You have created chaos.
Yes. To the outfitter.
Um, Team 2 now slightly behind Team 1, who is halfway to the other side of town where the outfitter is located. You can hear the uproar of chaos, and you have to know that only Renan is capable of making that many people that upset. She's done something, no doubt, and you can see a giant plume of black smoke starting to emerge from the horizon line behind you.
Hey, and I thought I was the one supposed to start fires everywhere. Look at you! I'm proud of you.
I learned from you some things.
Yeah, good job.
There is a large building, inside of which you can hear the clanging of hammer on anvil, and there's lots of not stereotypically created blacksmithing goods, but a lot of odds and ends, a lot of bizarre ceremonial masks, a lot of gear for sand barges, some conventional weapons and armor, but this appears to be either an artist or a specialist of some kind, not your standard fare. Group 1, as you walk in, the rest of the people seem to recognize Sari and sort of just part like an ocean, allowing her to enter this blacksmith's shop until one man steps forward, and she addresses him as Jarvan, and he turns from the forge holding white hot metal in his bare hand
Oh, jeez.
and asks why you've come back.
Just like that. Holy cow.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Jarvan? Jarvan with a V or a B?
V as in Victor, Jarvan.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a fire genasi?
You get the sense that at least he's
Sorry has to
partially
respond.
inherited that ability, Draco. That's a keen eye. Rather than being resistant to the heat, it's his hand that seems to be supplying the heat that he uses to forge these items.
Nice.
Damn. You found your dad, Draco.
Sorry just says, I'm here for what I've commissioned, and it had better be ready.
What?
He
Better, but not great.
shrugs and sighs and is like, I've been working at it as tirelessly as I want to, considering I haven't been paid yet. And he
I like
points
this
over
guy.
his shoulder at what looks like a weird bowl-shaped helmet that incorporates some kind of pauldron or shoulder armor. It doesn't make a lot of sense by itself, but he tells you it's part of the system. She asks how much longer. He says he can finish it up today if he's paid, or it could take many more days.
Ask her how much does she need.
She looks sort of around, not wanting to discuss finances in front of Jarvan, but kind of just leans into you, and the bathysphere is going to cost us right around 1,000 gold.
Oh, Jesus. Ooh. Oh, that's all, huh?
Oh, let's not stop and loot the bodies.
Holy cow! Well, you got this, then I take it. Okay.
She said she's good for half. And she gives you sort of like an almost childlike smile that looks weird on a full-grown woman. Like that I'm cute and innocent doesn't play when you look like you're 26.
Yeah, no. It really doesn't.
Got some 13 going on 30 vibes.
Nice, good reference there. I asked him if he would happen to be interested in a fancy mask I found.
He's always interested in the work of another craftsman.
And then I pull out the silver flame mask I got still.
The hand that holds the sword begins to glow white hot, and the blade almost like glows lightsaber orange until it starts to drip liquid metal. It's gotten so hot, and he asks where you've gotten that.
It was a while back, you know. A couple of these guys attacked us, and this was a souvenir.
It flares even brighter for a moment. Do you put it on? Do you wear it? Do you believe
No.
No, I just been, you know, keeping it because finding the right person. You seemed like the right person to sell it to.
it? And he said the man who wore it is dead.
Yes, killed him myself.
Fine then. And the blade cools and goes back to a dull, soft orange. His hand no longer gleaming red. He looks at it and says, "Of course it's silver. That's always the way with them, isn't it?"
Yeah. Just seen the skeleton. It is all silver too.
That is their way. I'd have to weigh it first and see exactly how pure the silver is, but somewhere between 35 and 65 gold.
Deal.
He admires your fiery companion and asks where he could get one of those. Might be helpful around the shop.
They only stick around for about an hour, then they go away.
Less interested.
Yeah. Or was he talking to her about me? That's the real question.
Yeah. I guess that's a fair question. She assures him that she will have his 1,000 gold by the end of the day today. He needs to finish the equipment she's requested, and it needs to match the exact specifications that were given to him. He assures her that it's taken all week to find that much glass, but it will be done. But that he's out quite a bit of money, so she can't shortchange him this time. And he asks where her friends are, but she changed the subject very quickly, not wanting to discuss that, and tells him that he's the best blacksmith on 2 continents, and asks if anybody here has need of a good blacksmith.
Are you able to reinforce my bow to make it more powerful?
Yes, I am, buddy.
He says that kind of craftsmanship could take a while, but he believes he could make it a true masterwork.
How long would it take?
He wants to see what you already have.
Pull out my longbow.
He asks if money is a consideration.
It's a consideration, but not a strong one.
Says we could inlay it with mithril filigree, or I could reinforce it with a steel composite. Could get a lot of extra mileage out of this bow. I could say maybe a week's worth of time and maybe 600 gold.
I'll consider it. I don't want to clog up your work on my sister's project, so I'll let you know.
He shakes his hand and hands you back the bow.
I mean, I don't have anything else I can think of I need.
Okay. He basically wants to get back to work because that's kind of how most blacksmiths, but especially this one, wants to do is just get back to hammering steel. Says you're welcome to stay and watch, but he's got to get back to work.
We walk outside, and I just immediately turn to Sari and go, "What the hell are you doing?"
She said, "I'm trying to figure out where we can find 600 more gold so that I can pay for what I've ordered from this guy."
What are you ordering from this guy that's worth that much money?
She taps the crystal, the ruby crystal that sits at her waist, and it chimes in again, speaking in that disembodied voice. "We have requested the construction of an experimental bathysphere."
The hell's a bathysphere?
The crystal sighs. A bathysphere will allow us to explore safely underwater environs without the risk of death by drowning.
Are we going to call it Titan?
You'd have to be a billionaire to be able to afford that.
Too soon, Marco. Too soon.
He says, "Money isn't the only thing. You need an idea. You need a person who can put pen to paper on schematics. This child was birthed from my idea. I simply needed a man who could meld the steel around the glass to my specifications."
I also got, potion of water breathing. Those are a thing. So you don't have to buy.
"And how much do those cost?"
True.
And
I got
how
one for
long do
free.
they last?
It's true. How long would the oxygen last for your crystal sphere?
Several hours at a time, indefinitely.
Touche.
She puts him sort of like away, kind of silencing him, getting the impression that he'll talk ad nauseum if allowed to.
Right.
And she goes, "See, brother, I have everything under control. We just need to find some extra gold, and we can get my bathysphere, and then we just simply find a ship, find the island, find the well, and we'll be done."
Well, that's where we need to get your sister involved. She's got the stickiest hands I know.
Has Renan caught up with us yet?
Yeah, I would say at this point, the second team is arriving as you guys are having sort of that "what is going on" conversation in front of the blacksmith.
Okay. Oh, okay. So sorry, how do you propose we get this money?
She asks what your current coffers look like. She would not be opposed to asking to borrow some of your money, although she does remember that, as we were once Wajidot, what's yours is hers, according to the traditions of the family. She kind of winks awkwardly. It's hard to do with an eye patch.
Blink.
Renan, what do we have?
Yeah,
You alive?
barely. Our gold.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think it's on my character sheet. Well, let me look. I need a nap, guys. I want banana pudding. Okay.
If we're just,
I
if we're
heard
just getting
that.
it out, I'll take some, yeah.
Sorry. I'll
Don't say sorry. Don't say sorry. 560 gold pieces. Was that the question?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sari's
Okay.
eyes go wide as saucers. That's very nearly exactly what we need.
No, I hate you. You're not taking my money, bitch. Mm-mm.
And she
We
looks,
went all over
"What
the
are you going to spend it
continent. Whatever I need when I need it. I
New
do my
boot-
work to keep people alive.
New
Who knows
boots
what
that
you're
you make
doing?
for your stupid smelly feet?"
Okay, you're supposed to be like a grown-up goddess now. Calm down. We're not giving you money for some plan that we don't even know what it is. So no, you cannot have it.
Already explained the plan to you.
It's a stupid plan.
Let's hear your plan then.
No, I don't owe you anything.
Tell you what,
I'll kind of push them apart a little bit and say, "You guys, I know you're still trying to figure out what's going on, but Sorry seems to have a plan, and we need to. It's the only plan we have right now." I say as I
So
kind of
we're just gonna give her all of our
trust
money.
with her.
I have a plan to save all these slaves by killing all the pirates.
And then selling
Um,
them
My
ourselves to make
my
money,
plan's
or
easier. My plan's easier. 2 steps, not 4.
Hmm.
I think we're
There's
trying to save the world. The
too
needs of
many
the
of
many.
them, Hoppy. Okay, so what do you want? You want all the gold?
I have some money. I'll contribute some from my own.
I have some too, and I'm not contributing any.
She says, "That's fine.
Oh.
I don't want your gold."
But I'm not
Renan.
giving it to you anyways. Sorry.
I'll contribute
Don't
100.
be sorry.
How much does she
I
need?
give her 100
1,000?
gold.
A total of 1,000, and she's got 400. She needs 600 more.
Okay, so if we give her 500 and
Amon gives her
Amon
the
gives
other.
her 100, there you go.
Hmm. How are we gonna pay for the ship if we're giving her all of this money? What's
I
her plan
have
for that.
I have a plan.
Yeah.
It involves killing all the pirates.
Oh,
and
that's right,
saving
because
all
then
the
we get a
slaves.
ship. Okay.
She
Okay.
tells you that Horus will provide.
All right.
But will he? Okay. Okay, let's see this plan happen.
If you are comfortable giving her the money now, she will take it immediately to Jarvan, and pay him in its entirety. He asks if you want to take ownership of the completed helmets now, or if you want to wait until he's finished with the Bathysphere proper, and you can come back and collect it all at once.
I say we come back for it all at once. This is
Mhm.
extra carrying and extra stuff.
Sari agrees and shakes his hand, and about faces. You guys had also wanted to explore the possibility of looking at the
Turning in heads.
Yes, that is where I was getting to.
Money, money,
Looking at the
money,
exchange board here to
money.
see if there's option to make money, or at the very least cash in on what you've already done.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
departing here, unless anybody else has any last minute blacksmithing requests.
Oh, you need anything? Hoppy?
I have no gold, so no.
I have
Yeah.
the Silver Skull Club that I've never used. I wonder if he'd sell me, give me some gold for that. I'm really tired of looking at 20 gold.
Combined with that's a fun story beat actually. You talk with him for a while about the silver skeletons left behind by these weird flame people, and you tell him that you have a skeleton that you would like to consider selling him, and he says again, like the mask, it'll depend on the purity of it. And you pull it out, but it has grossly oxidized, Hoppy. It's no longer a highly polished silver. It's now like dull gray and extremely brittle.
So not worth much.
He corrects you, not worth
That's
anything.
weird.
Okay. Well,
He admires the griffin you have on your shoulder harness.
nobody's gonna buy the damn griffin. He's my
10,000
griffin. He's
gold.
my pet.
For 10,000 gold, we're selling Andy.
Yes.
No.
Yes. And we'll sell you
50,000.
for 10,000 gold.
for
Come
it.
on.
50,000 gold. For 50,000 gold, we'll sell Andy.
He just tells you that he wouldn't fight it or eat it. He just thinks that the shop could use a mascot, and he likes the way he
It's feisty.
squeaks and moves about. Could be
Sits
interesting.
on my shoulder.
He's a little envious. Like, he keeps looking at his own shoulder, thinking like it'd be really cool if something were sitting on my shoulder while I worked all day.
But you would burn it, and then you wouldn't have good.
Wait, this one's not fireproof?
No.
No.
I think I'd want a fireproof one.
Uh,
Still, though, if you ever want to sell him, you let me know.
how much?
He asks an older, well, middle-aged woman, that might be either a work partner or something more, perhaps a romantic partner. And she checks a coin purse and makes hand gestures to him that make no sense to you, but he says he could offer you 250.
1,000. There you go.
I will
250,000.
give you 250 for some flaccid desert sausage.
He thinks you're propositioning him.
Uh-oh.
Not into that.
No bestiality there, huh?
On the way out, Draco, he'll give you 55 gold for your silver mask. He says
Sweet.
it's not as pure as he had hoped, but it's still a good quality of silver. He can make something nice with it. And it's
Deal.
better than creeping this god awful thing in your pack with you.
Exactly. Deal.
I have 2 silver flame armor sets. If he's willing to buy the mask, does he have any interest in the full armor sets?
If it's he's again depending on its purity and its purpose, he can offer you somewhere between 1 and 200 gold per suit of full armor.
Okay.
He'd have to inspect it and
I'm gonna. Do you guys want to hold on to one set for possible future disguise use, or are we comfortable saying that we probably don't need disguises moving forward?
Let's keep
Can't you
one just in
disguise
case.
anyway?
All right.
We,
We'll keep one
we-
and sell the other.
okay. I was gonna say, or we can just kill and get another set that way, like we did this way.
Eh.
thus the murder hobo cycle is complete.
That's right.
All right. Will he give me 200 each for both of them? Because that's 400 gold. That would make up a lot of what we just.
He tells you that they're not in great shape. They're a little beat up here. This one looks like it's been stabbed. Because
You're a blacksmith.
I have to
You're-
melt
you're-
this down and completely reuse it, or I've got to patch it before I can sell it. I'm barely gonna get 250 for it. He needs a little nudge if you want to try to persuade him to seeing the value
Oh,
of
God.
selling it to you for
It
200
doesn't do
gold.
too
You can
good.
attempt to persuade him, Oni. Otherwise, his offer is 150 per suit.
Okay. So would I use persuasion?
You
Yep.
would use persuasion.
Oh, last time it was pretty. Oh.
I am not very persuasive. I will take the 150%.
Now you said 100 each.
And I will take them out of my inventory.
You tried like a different hairstyle. This was supposed to be your successful negotiating hair part. He goes, no, I liked it better the other way.
Superman pose.
Mhm.
Can I try and intimidate the other 100 out of him?
Doesn't strike you as a man who's going to be easily intimidated.
We want to work with him, so
Yeah,
I'm
but
okay
I'm an
with
8-foot tall barbarian.
All right. Thanks.
Oni's concluded the business. 300 gold for both sets of armor. Yeah, we can find our way to the exchange board here in town, which is just at the outskirts of the city center. It has been boarded up, like so many of the other businesses closer to the town center, because of the slavers in town this week. There is a person that sort of is standing near-ish it. They are not a representative of the exchange, but they are wearing robes that are quite expensive. Like, this is not a common person. This is a person of wealth or position. Should you wish to ask questions?
Who originally posted the reward for the Serpopards? What was that group's name?
Shahadin.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna ask that fancy dress person if there's a representative from that group that we can speak to about an open bounty. The Yeti.
the Jahaleen were the horse lords, the Arabian Khans.
That's right.
The Yadi are the hand of the emperor, or the hand of the pharaoh.
Okay.
Oh yeah, D.
That person that you're talking to, as you approach, stops like before you were like fully within their presence and asks you to remain at a safe distance. They are the sacred representative of Atatsunu, and they may answer any questions you have about the city or the exchange board.
Excellent. Is there a representative of the Yadi here? We'd like to speak to them about an open bounty.
She shakes her head and says, "You are so far from Heliopolis. The Yadi do not come here."
Well, then, do
Yeah.
you have a bounty for Serpa parts?
Or know anyone?
She motions to the exchange board and says, "As you can see, the exchange is closed." She opens up like this narrow slate stone sort of like notebook and starts flipping through some things. Oh, interesting. Yes. While the exchange is closed and there is no Yadi presence here, I am empowered to relieve you of those disgusting trophies, and I will be empowered to pay you a bounty of 200 gold per head.
Yo.
Weren't we receiving 500 gold per head in the other place?
250.
Oh,
No,
okay.
there was a contract and the head, and then the bounty.
Oh, I
So
see.
you're
For the
able to
bounty.
collect them both.
It's 50 gold less per
Um,
head, but it's still 600 gold. I'm all right with that.
Yeah, let's do it.
All
I
right.
Is
get
there
the
any,
impression that her plan is basically just to pay you out of pocket and then maybe make 50 gold per head when she turns them into the exchange whenever it reopens.
It's fine. We're not going to be around that
Er-
long. Michelle, add 600 gold to our group pot.
Got it.
Thank you.
I'll
Hey,
pick
look, we
off
just
the
made back what
super
we gave her.
And she went,
Uh,
and I'm sorry,
do
if
they want-
anybody asks, where did these come from? Do you have a
Serpa
bag for them?
parts.
At Serpapons.
Bag for them. His Hoppy unclips them off of his belt and drops them at her feet.
Yeah.
I got them off a Serpa part.
We encountered them and liberated their heads from their bodies on our way from.
Lone Water.
No, I didn't want to say Lone Water. I wanted to say the big
A
city
Lone Water.
that we were at before. What was that? Where
Yes.
where
We're a
the
little closer.
where the event was?
Beiju?
Beiju.
Beiju.
Yes, on our travels from Beiju.
And there was no place closer with an exchange? You've traveled from Beiju to here to turn in disgusting snakehead things to me?
Nothing but a
That's why
lot
they're
of desert
fermented.
and some Serpa parts.
The trip alone must have cost most of this. Very
Yeah.
well.
And do you have any interest in Placid Desert sausage?
What are you going to
Gross.
feed Andy? Quit trying to give it away.
She politely explains that she's into women.
Yes. That's my girl. Smart lady.
I meant the ask if there was a bounty on the other thing.
Oh, I see.
What's the
She-
other thing?
The one-eyed
The-
monster.
The one-eyed
Oh.
monster.
Checks her slate book and finds nothing matching that description. Plus, this sausage could have come from any source. There's no reliable identification on it. That also, it smells. It really smells.
All right. Andy gets a treat then.
Is there anything for us in the city?
She
Possibly?
remarks at the very handsome griffin and wants to know if you'd be interested in selling the griffin.
For 250,000 gold. That's the going offer.
Oh my goodness, no, I couldn't possibly afford that. He's just so cute.
We think so too. Do you know if there are any bounties or requests for removal of the pirates from the city?
Removal? Goodness no.
Just checking.
Atatsunu has invited them. They are invited guests of the Nomark of Sadis.
Great. That's all we needed to know. Thanks. Okay, bye.
Bye.
She waves like trying to match your excitement, but not really excited at all.
And we walk away with the heads on the floor next to her feet. You're not broadcasting.
She's using her foot to like tow them together in a pile, but not interested in touching them, and looking around for like, what do I? Ugh.
Hey, look, we made some money on this
I-
trip.
I guess I could have.
We also lost money.
Yeah, but we gained some cool helmets soon.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. You do walk past the only other open business on the outskirts of
it a
the
bar?
city center is a apothecary. The Jade Sisterhood has a outlet here, as they do nearly everywhere.
Ooh, I can't wait to see what weirdness is going on in this sisterhood place.
And which one's gonna jump on Amon first?
Ooh.
Um, do you want to go in?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go in.
How are we
Mhm.
on to health potions? Does everyone have at least one?
No idea. Let me
I
look.
don't believe so.
I
I
have
think
one.
I
Yeah.
have one.
I could use one.
Okay, we need to make sure that everyone has at least one.
I have
Uh,
one.
I do have one. There it is. Found it.
Okay.
Nice.
I might buy another one though.
Okay.
Well, sorry.
The desert sausage.
You
It's
got
pretty
something
hard.
stuck in your throat.
I would also like, if we have enough money, I would like to have access to a potion that gives me, so that I can, for things that require magical weapons,
Mm,
because I
one of
don't
the
have a magical
whetstones.
weapon.
Let's make sure.
Yeah.
Let's see what they have in their inventory.
Okay. You are greeted by another another woman. The Jade Sisterhood seems to employ exclusively females.
The sisterhood
She
kind of says.
introduces herself as Ilsa. She is the
Mm-mm.
poison mistress here at the Jade Sisterhood,
Oh,
and
okay.
asks you what's brought her in today. She has the same kind of elaborate arm length tattoo, not quite a sleeve, but it's a serpent that coils all down her bicep, down her forearm, and like its open mouth becomes the index finger and thumb on her left hand.
That's pretty cool. I'm wondering if you'd be interested in a nice little solution. Uh, this how do you pronounce that thing?
The desultory.
Desultory.
Yeah, that one. That one.
Potion.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. Would you be interested in buying one? Purchasing one?
Why would I buy bottled chaos?
Because it's bottled chaos. I got two. I'm offering to sell you one.
She says, "Thank you, dear, but no. Because in what world would you ever need it? Anytime you go for a potion or a flask or an elixir, you have a specific need in mind. Why would you want it to be anything except exactly what you need in a moment?"
Or the chaos effect, I guess. So I take that as a no.
I would not be interested in purchasing your desultory distillation. Thank you.
Ooh, what's a feather token of Qua?
Yeah.
She slides over to that section of the showcase. Oh, this very keen-eyed of you. Something new that we're experimenting with only recently. The feather, while being a beautiful embellishment to your ensemble, should a terrible falling tragedy ever befall you, without your knowledge or participation, the magic imbued in it by Qua will dissipate, preventing you from falling to your death.
Their fall. Ooh, nice.
That's kind of handy.
Especially since it takes effect automatically without you needing to.
We've
Sorry,
had
what
a
was this?
few unfortunate drunk accidents at the High Garden. It was
Oh,
suggested that these might sell rather well.
It prevents you from dying from taking critical fall damage if you fall once.
If you fall more than 60 feet, it automatically turns on and prevents all falling damage. You fall gently to earth like a feather.
Do you
That
have any
seems like a good thing to
whetstones?
have.
She says, unfortunately, the pirates came in and bought every single one of them.
Shoot.
Guys, I got a plan.
Time to kill them. All right, so we know that Amon wants a health potion. What is the potion of diminution?
Diminution.
She says,
Diminution.
drinking it will make you quite small.
Oh, I could be a baby. I like it.
Why would you want to be small?
I mean, I don't want to be, but we should get one for Renan in case we need her to sneak into a place and she needs to be tiny for it.
I'm already pretty small. I wonder how small that could make me.
I do
Or
have
how
a
long?
stealth that's outrageously high now, so I don't know if I need it. Might be a
Okay.
waste of money. I'm basically invisible.
It's mostly just making you tiny, though, so that you can get into places that, while you are already
Oh,
small,
oh, oh.
it might
Yes,
make you
okay.
even smaller.
Okay.
Like into
But
Thanos' P.
it's what? But it's 300?
No, it's
It's
100.
100.
100.
Mm,
Nah, I don't think it's worth it.
yeah.
I think it could. There could be a situation where we need it, or where it will simplify something.
For the water journey, do we have more potions of water breathing or any potions of water breathing? I know she's getting
I
those
thought I had
compounds.
one, but I don't.
Okay, we must have used it.
I have one.
Okay.
I mean, I guess the whole point of this whole thing we're buying is that we don't need it. So
Right.
Mm-hmm.
we'll see.
I have 2 oils of slipperiness.
Nice.
2 of them. So I've used them. Jeez, John.
A potion of lube.
Given the day we've had, I assume that was appropriate.
Mhm. It was very.
Okay,
All right, I
I'm
bought my
jumping.
potion of healing.
Ooh, potion of growth.
So you could be big. You could
It
be
could be big.
small. You
Either
could be
that,
big.
either
You could
that,
take
or
one of
gives you
each
like
and
a
be
little
normal
growth,
size.
a growth on the side of your neck or something.
A little hump.
Gross. All right,
Oh,
we're
pustule.
done
Yeah.
shopping. Let's go.
No one asked about the potion of vitality, which was the other new item that we've never encountered before.
What does that do?
It doesn't matter. You're done shopping, right?
No, what does it do?
It removes all like negative status effects, like the poison condition.
I'm buying one.
And it maximizes the hit dice rolled for the next 24 hours.
Whoa.
So could
Yeah,
we
that's pretty
use that
nice.
before we leveled?
No, like spending a hit dice during a short rest. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, I would not allow that, but that's clever.
All right. Thanks, because I have been poisoned now many times, and it would be very nice to be able to relieve myself of that once.
Maybe you should stop writing things.
Ha.
Says the horseman.
Mm-hmm. Next.
Up to you guys. It's just after midday now. The slave auction is starting to get put back together. What are your guys' goals for the next couple of hours?
How much time do we have to kill here before those units are ready?
The bathyspheres will be completed. He said just after 4, so you got like 4 or
We
5
still need to
hours.
find a ship.
Then,
Maybe we
yep.
should.
Let's go to the
Let's go.
docks and procure us
I'm
a
going for
vessel.
lunch. Go for lunch and a beer.
Nice.
Okay. Since it is 11:40, and since Michelle is asleep, and since I don't foresee us not getting into some kind of combat in the next half an hour, are we okay stopping 20 minutes early
Sure.
rather
Yes.
than running 40 minutes over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
I feel like what comes next is going to be violent, no matter how I try to tell the story. Cool.
Turns
We'll
out
pause it here
Hoppy
then.
doesn't like slavers.
Yeah, I feel hoppy on that regard.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan. So we'll leave it here in Sadis. How are we looking for next weekend?
Good.
Should be okay.